I'm proud of the guys for getting the job done. They managed to score 4 goals, which is something, we've been saying we want to see more goals. We want to see more dangerous opportunities. So I will absolutely give credit in that regard, but I'm just not convinced about the quality right now and maybe even the depth at times and sometimes even the tactical decisions that this team makes. And again, that's respectfully, like I respectfully say that towards Herdman. I don't like that we're in second place. We should be top of the group. We should be a dangerous opponent for teams. We should be our future should never be in someone else's hands. So that's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
Well, and yesterday for the Canadians, arguably their best players were again Ali Ahmed and Richie Larea,
Yeah.
and those two players are your wing backs. And Ali Ahmed has been able to show throughout this entire tournament that he can play big time minutes in a big time position. And it's tough. You mentioned the decisions with the formation and everything like that. It feels like sometimes they're fighting from behind because they're trying to do too much when it comes to their formation or when it comes to tactics. I mean, this is again a Cuban team that when we were walking into this game, people were going, you should be smacking this team by 4. Yeah, you did score 4, but you also conceded 2 pens along
Mhm.
the way. So not only are you guys not putting this team away, but you're also playing undisciplined football as well, which is
Yeah,
not
that
going to bode well against the Americans.
it was that Guatemala result that kind of shocked me more than anything. It's like a 0-0 really on Canada Day. That's just
Yeah.
it's.
That
I don't
was
know.
I agree with you. That was probably I say this nicely because I'm such a fan and sometimes, we're allowed to feel like we're allowed to give criticism. Probably one of the worst games I've seen Canada play in a long time.
Yeah.
And it was just you see our group Guadeloupe, Guatemala, and Cuba, and no disrespect to those nations and the football that they play, but we should be winning every single one of those games and
Mhm.
putting goals behind them. If it's not our A team, I don't care. It can be our B team, it can be our C team. We should be putting them away. And I'm proud of the guys for getting the dub against Cuba, but at the same time, like that has to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be scoring 4 goals against Cuba.
Mhm.
To me, we're talking about a country who's going to host the World Cup here in a couple of years. That we're going to be in the Copa America hopefully next year if we qualify. These results need to happen. As imagine, Canada going out right now in this moment against Argentina or Brazil or like I said in Ecuador. It just needs to be tightened up and cleaned up and the
Mhm.
quality needs to be much better, but they got the results. Maybe it was just maybe we've kind of been in this month and a half, and I'm including the Nations League in this, of ugly games, and maybe they really show up against the US. Sometimes what they say, when you have a better opponent you step up to the plate. So maybe we're going to be very surprised in their game against the US, and I hope so. And Brett, you mentioned Ali Ahmed and Larea, and I think Liam Miller scoring his first goal for Canada, and he's worked really hard. I'm not saying
Mhm.
every single game he's had it's been perfect, but he's worked hard, and
Mhm.
I like to see that. So there's a lot of bright spots, but just I need more. I don't know. I just have this feeling of like I'm watching. I'm like, we should be winning this game 10 nothing.